All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining for Reading Sprints today. Doing a little weekday daytime action, mixing it up a little bit this week. I have, as you can see, my friends Marcy and Savannah here with me today. I'm so excited that you guys wanted to join me for Reading Sprints. So thank you so much for coming. I'll let you guys just introduce yourselves if you want, your channel, what you read, what you do. Marcy, you want to start?
Hey everybody, I'm Marcy from Marcy Reads, and I usually read horror, like predominantly horror, but I read a little bit of everything. I'm not gonna kid myself. And I usually do, when I'm on my channel, I usually do wrap-ups and book hauls, mostly book hauls, because we love to shop for books, but yeah, that's about it.
Hello. Also, can I just say your library is literally goals?
Thank
Every
you so
time you
much.
post it, I'm like,
I love it.
it's my dream.
It's my pride and joy.
It's so amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, I'm Sav, or Riveting Reads, and I pretty much only read horror and thriller novels. I tried to branch out, it didn't work too well. So yeah, that's me. I don't know what else to say about myself. I was telling them that I get up really late because my husband gets home at like 12:30 at night. So I'm making my coffee and I'm here. I'm excited though. I'm excited to read. So thank you for having me.
Yay.
Yeah, you get to see Savannah in the daylight today. New
Literally.
experience for many people.
It like makes me feel good that there's other late risers out there, because I usually wake up really late. Like recently I've been waking up like 10. That's really early for me, but I'm usually like 12, 1 o'clock. I'm getting out from bed and I'm like, there has to be somebody else out there that's like that too.
Yes. I'm so
I
happy to
wish.
hear that, because so many people are like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, well, if you're going to bed that late, like what do you want?
Yep, that
The
is
night
true.
hours are the best hours. So you really got to just adjust the schedule to live them
Yep.
up.
Literally.
Night owls.
Yes.
All right, well, let me know, everyone in the chat, what you're going to be reading with us today. And then Marcy and Savannah, I really want to know what you guys are going to be reading too.
I'll let
Yes,
Savannah
I'm
go
sorry
first,
if
since I
there's
went
sound
first.
really quick. No, there's no sound. I muted it. I'm looking at the stream. Sorry.
I'll let Savannah go first.
Yeah, sorry. I told them I'm like delirious right now. I'm reading Dead Silence for my book club. We're going to discuss it on Sunday. And it's good so far. It's very sci-fi, which is not something I usually read, but it's basically about this crew who discover this abandoned Aurora. So it's like this spaceship that was like a luxury spaceship. It's kind of like the Titanic, only make it space. And apparently it's really creepy inside. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I loved that book so much. I mean, I love sci-fi horror as is, but I feel like that book was just so amazing, and it's great for beginners in the sci-fi genre and if you love horror. So I'm hoping that you're loving it, like loving it.
Yeah, I'm not that far in, but there was a creepy part that happened. I don't think I even want to say it because it's like a tiny spoiler, but I was like, ooh, that's scary. Like, I like it. I'm on chapter 8, so
yeah, there's like a bunch of like I just love that book. Anyways. So I'm like in the middle of like 15 books as usual, but for this, I think I'm gonna try to finish The Fun House by Dean Koontz. It's my second one. I read Lightning last week, and I'm like, let me just continue on with Dean Koontz because that was my first, and I'm really enjoying it. It's about this we start off with this woman, and all you know is that she's looking at this bassinet in the corner of a trailer, and she's hearing like scratches but from the bassinet, and she's thinking, I have to kill my baby. And I'm like, wait, whoa, what? That's how the book starts. Yeah, that's how the book starts. And so I don't know, it's just a story, I guess, of like revenge and this carnival and like these demon babies. I don't know, it's weird.
Interesting.
We love a demon baby.
Yeah. I am also in the middle of a lot of books right now, but I asked on Instagram what people thought I should read, and it was like overwhelming. Everyone wants me to read The Paris Apartment today. So I'm going to be starting this. Super excited for this. I loved the guest list. I read it like as soon as it came out, before I heard anything about it, and absolutely loved it. So I am a little bit nervous that this one, maybe I won't like it as much because I have this like hyped up idea in my mind, but I don't know. The premise sounds really good. It kind of sounds like Lock Every Door, or like,
Yeah.
I've also heard it compared to Only Murders in the Building, the Hulu show.
Yes.
In a way.
I love that show. It's
I've never watched it.
Have
It's
either
really
of you
good.
seen it?
Oh
What
yeah,
is
I watched
What's
it.
the
Yeah.
name of it?
Only Murders in the Building.
Only
It's Selena Gomez and the old guys whose names I don't know.
Oh, I know. Martin Short, right? Martin Short, and who's the other guy?
That sounds right.
I never heard of it, so I might check it out.
You would love it. I really think you would. It's like it's kind of like dark comedy. Well, it's not even dark comedy, really. It's comedy,
It's like
but it's a mystery.
satire.
Okay.
Kind of. I guess it's kind of like a cozy in a way.
Oh, I like those. Cool. I know. I think that Gabby Reads is doing that book in March for their book troupe. Am I right?
I think so.
So I think I might be reading it next month. So I'm like eager to see your thoughts.
Yeah.
I loved the guest list, so I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm
Especially,
nervous.
It's like every time I read the second book from an author and I love their first book, the second book usually goes bad. So I'm like low expectations, hoping for an average read, and then hopefully I'll like
Maybe it'll be better. Yeah.
Did you both like the guest list?
I think I liked it. I think I either gave it 3 or 4 stars, but the problem that I have with that novel is that I refresh my memory. Like if somebody asks me and then like they'll talk about it and it comes to my head, but I forget about it. It's such a forgettable book for me, and I don't get why. If it was very atmospheric, and I remember loving that part about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about everything I read. There'll be a 5-star book and I'm like, I loved it. I have no idea what happened. It'll be a month ago and I'm like, I don't know.
Yep.
That makes me feel so much better, because sometimes that's why I'm scared to do wrap-ups half the time, because I have to like re-look up the plot, remind myself, and I'm like, am I the only one who can't remember anything I read?
No, Savannah, I haven't even filmed my January wrap up because I'm in that predicament. I can't remember half of the books that I read, and it's just so much to go back and.
Yeah, I keep an intense spreadsheet, and if I didn't have the spreadsheet, I would not know. And every time I finish a book, I leave my like quick little notes, and if I didn't have that, it would be completely gone from my head. Oh,
that's awesome.
I need to get on that
hey,
level.
Kim. Thanks for joining, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hello, hello. Hey, Hannah.
Yay.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Lauren. Ooh, finishing Bunny. Then I'll start These Silent Woods. Have either of you read These Silent Woods yet?
I was supposed to start it and I haven't started it yet.
Me too. I don't think I'm.
I just finished.
Did you like it?
I just finished. Yeah, it was really good. It's also pretty boring. So I think you just have to know it's not going to be an exciting read. There's not fun twists and surprises or intense moments. It's just really slow. And I just really liked the characters and the writing and the atmosphere and like watching their journey.
Oh, nice.
I want to read it, but I've been so like weirdly busy. And this month just went by so fast. I'm like, wait.
Yes. I can't believe we're already in March.
I know.
Yeah, February is like a blank. Currently rereading Echo Saf. Oh, we got another Dead Silence reader. Hope you're joining Savannah's live show.
It says trying to get through. I don't know if to get that as like they don't have enough time to read or they're not liking it. Trying to get through.
Maybe they're not liking it. I'm sorry.
Oh, the elementals.
I've seen a lot of people reading this lately, and I didn't even know it existed and was like a classic.
Yeah, I think we did it for Horror in 24 a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly when, and that's why I read it. And, you know, I'm in the minority with it. I gave it 3 stars, but a lot of people love that book, and it's what it does do good is atmosphere. The atmosphere is on point.
I love some atmosphere.
Yep.
Oh, also starting the Paris apartment. Great. Nice. We can read it together, compare notes.
I'm so torn what to do because I saw it's going to be a book of the month pick, but you have to wait,
late.
to get it.
I don't know why they did that. And then they're doing 7 books in March.
It's because they want you to get an add-on. I hope they're good books. I hope they're good.
Yeah.
If you've got
I don't know what to do. I may just buy it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like before. I mean, obviously.
It does have this like really annoying sticker on it that's like printed on the book that says author of the Reese's book club pick the guest list. So this is even like
the stickers.
You like the stickers?
No, I said ban the stickers.
Yeah.
I thought you said Stan, and I was like, who likes the sticker?
Ashley was about to say goodbye. No more reading.
Exit the chat.
I was ban with a B.
For real.
Yes. No, this one makes me so mad because it's not even the regular, like, this is the Reese Witherspoon sticker. It's literally just saying this author has been a Reese's pick.
No, and that's such a good cover too, man, for them to ruin it like that. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What are they thinking?
Razorblade Tears. Nice. Oh, for sci-fi.
Yay.
I think it's mine too, honestly.
So good.
Have you read the Book of Accidents? Or are you planning to
Not
read
yet.
The Book of Accidents?
I know it has a sci-fi element.
Yeah, I liked that one. And I'm not really a sci-fi person, but that one I liked.
I haven't read it. I really want to read that one.
The cover.
We sold our souls.
So ooh, we love that.
Well, Kim's at the end of the Paris apartment. Going to finish it in a few minutes, but we'll need to choose a new book. Did you like the Paris apartment, Kim? Am I in for a good time or a bad time? Let me know.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm glad.
That makes me happy.
The audiobook narrator is really good.
I had an arc of that one and I read it like the week before it came out. So when everybody kept saying like, oh, the audiobook is so good, I'm like, dang it, I'm going to need to reread it just to listen. Hey, Carol.
Yeah.
60 pages left of Carry On. Really good so far. Nice. Oh, welcome to the first time joining the sprints. Happy to have you here.
I love that you're doing them at 1 o'clock. Like that's my favorite thing because all reading sprints are at night and sometimes it's hard for me to catch them because I'm dinner or dishes or, whatever. So this is like the perfect timing for me.
Oh, great. Yeah, I like to just get it in the morning, or I guess 1 o'clock's not morning, but it feels more like morning to me because in the night I'm like, the brain is off. Like, I don't think I'm going to have the energy to talk to people on the internet in the evening. Reading The Golden Couple.
Nice. That was
we've got an arrangement.
I haven't read that one yet. I picked The Golden Couple as my book of the month this month, and I still haven't read it. I'm so behind.
I don't know why I'm not interested in that one.
No, maybe it's the cover because the cover sucks.
Yeah, it looks.
In my opinion, I don't know. It's kind of like.
I'm over the flowers. I don't know why we're still on flowers on covers. I thought that was over, but it seems like it's making a resurgence.
Maybe.
But I read that.
Us.
It's not.
Did you like it? No.
No.
Oh.
No. It's very boring.
No, I'm bad. Oh no! Don't tell me that.
I teared up a little bit at the end.
Did you? Oh man. It's Carol knows me. I'm such a like I cry for everything, and in books I like ugly cry.
Oh,
that's so nice.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm also over the winter weather.
It's already spring here in Georgia, I feel like. Yesterday it was like 7 degrees, and I'm like, ew.
It snowed a ton last night. It's like, yeah, we're covered in fresh snow. But honestly, it's pretty.
It is. It's so beautiful. It's so magical. I don't know. Where are you, Sav?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I went from Texas to Wisconsin. So literally well, technically from Wisconsin to Texas to Wisconsin. But I like being back.
Which one do you like better?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Did you grow up in Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. And I just like, I'm culturally very much a Wisconsin person. I don't know if I'm just like very, like in Texas, everyone was like, you're so honest. I was like, what? Like, I don't know. Apparently,
that's a human trait.
Right.
I know. Apparently, I was like too much for people in Texas or like in Waco. I don't know. They were like, you have a personality. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
It was so weird. They were like confused by me. So,
Oh my gosh.
I remember
am
telling
waiting.
people, oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. I'm half asleep, so I'm like accidentally just all over the place. I remember I was at my job and this guy was like, what do you do for fun? And I was like, read. And he was like, what? And I was like, okay.
Not the
so
right people to
awkward.
be around.
People like I've never experienced that until I talked to a few people recently in the past couple of years where they're like, why do people read? And I'm like, what?
Oh my, hello. You know, one time I remember putting something, I can't remember where it was, but it was like one of my personal pages, not my reading pages, where like family and like old friends and stuff like that would follow that page. And I'm like, oh, reading such and such by the pool. And somebody was like, reading is for rich people.
What?
What?
Excuse me? What does that mean?
Rich in culture.
Amen.
And knowledge.
Like, what is it? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna, I don't know. I thought I was gonna watch it with somebody, like a book club, and I don't know if we're watching it. So I'm not even sure what's happening with No Exit and Me.
I was gonna watch it on Gabby's doing it on her Patreon. She's doing a live watch thing.
Okay, so maybe
I've been trying to wait for that. I think it's tomorrow.
Okay, then I'll probably watch it tomorrow with Patreon as well.
I'm so sad though because she does a lot of things in the afternoon and I'm always at work. So I never catch it.
Oh,
yeah, I watch so many live streams while I'm working, just like pull it up because I work from home. So like I can just have YouTube up.
That's nice.
Then they do the sprints and I'm like, I'll just be productivity sprinting while you're
there
reading.
You go.
That's nice.
I like that.
Oh yeah, Emily says she's watching it with a book club at 8 p.m.
Oh, cool.
So maybe there is someone else watching.
Maybe it's the same one I'm supposed to be watching it with and I can't remember.
Let us know,
I have a concert
Emily.
tonight, so I have to wait until like tomorrow or Sunday, so we'll see.
Who are you going to see in concert?
Beach House. I don't know if anybody. I don't even know.
That sounds
them very
vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like an alternative band. They're kind of like very synth heavy. I'm just going with my coworkers because I haven't done anything since COVID. Like literally, I have no.
Yeah. Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm excited because everybody has to like prove they're vaccinated, and which is good. It's nice to like have that, you know, like what am I trying to say? Reassurance.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's peace of mind. Yeah.
Peace of mind and like it seems like it'll be really fun and I'm going with my coworkers. It's funny actually because I didn't know but my manager's coming. So it's going to be like a funny dynamic of like seeing my manager like out in a concert scene. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
Being
like,
a normal human.
Yeah.
Like seeing your teacher at the grocery store.
Yeah. It's just funny. I'm like, well, she's maybe going to be drinking with us. It's just funny. I mean, cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a fellow Wisconsinite. Hannah also lives there.
I think I knew that. I love that.
A snowstorm in Massachusetts,
Oh,
Maine?
That's
what does that mean?
That is great. Reading it with a snowstorm. I'm so jealous. I am.
Nicholas Sparks Books is comfort reads. That's nice. It's good
I've
to have
never
those ones
read a
to turn
Nicholas
back
Sparks book. Like never.
I read a couple back in my day. I did The Notebook, The Longest Ride, some other one or two of them. But I'm from North Carolina and he's from North Carolina. So they were like kind of cool to read because of that. But yeah, not my favorite author.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, apparently Jacqueline is watching No Exit. So maybe that.
I don't think it's with her then.
Everybody's watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
MA is Massachusetts, ME is Maine. Thank you. I'm terrible at geography.
Me too.
Same.
All right. Well, ready to get started on our first reading sprints. I'm thinking maybe 30-minute sprints is what I typically do.
Cool.
And I have a loud timer that I'll try to catch before it dings in everyone's ears. But happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Everybody calmly welcoming you back as friends. How did everyone's reading go?
Fantastic.
I read 32 pages of The Paris Apartment.
Nice.
So
what are
far,
you
so
thinking?
good. No complaints yet. It's really short chapters, and I forgot about the guest list, how many perspectives there were. And it's like that again, where you're following a lot of different perspectives. So I'm kind of like, I don't know who anybody is right now. I don't know what I'm reading, but I'll just roll with it. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I really, really want to read it through audiobook because I read the guest list through audiobook, and I think that just like bumped it to a 5-star for me because it's like a whole cast. I don't know. Is there an audiobook yet? Let me see.
Yeah, I listened to the audio of the guest list as well. And I think that's the way to go, especially, well, that was the first one that I've read of hers. But now that you mentioned the excessive amount of characters, I feel like the audiobook really helps with that.
Yeah, there's one character where I don't know if they're a man or a woman. And it would definitely help to have a voice because I'm like having trouble picturing them because they're the concierge of the building. And I don't think there's been any gender specific terms used around them yet. And they don't have a name. They're just the concierge. So I'm like just picturing it as a man, but I could be super wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. This book is good. It's really good. I got to like 100 pages. I always forget to look like where I started, but I was eating for the first couple minutes, but it's good. I think you should read it, Ashley.
I was hesitant because I don't know. I'm just like not the biggest sci-fi person, so I've been waiting to hear people's reviews. But if both of you love it, then
I have a reading vlog for this book if you want to check it out. But one thing that I kept noticing, and Sav, I don't know if you're going through this too, but every time I pictured the Aurora, I hate saying that, Aurora, I feel like we were on a cruise ship. You know, I had to keep saying, no, we're in space, we're not on the water, but it's like because the ship is designed to be like a cruise ship instead of like a flying ship.
Yeah, no, I agree because I forget about like the whole zero gravity thing, and then they'll mention like, oh, there's floating objects. I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Yes.
I'm excited to watch your vlog. I'm gonna watch it after I'm done. But yeah,
it's spoiler free, so you should be good.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm only 100 pages in, but I'm really liking it, and it's my first sci-fi, so
that's
I
awesome.
don't know. I'll let you know, but
that's awesome. I read or listened to, better yet, 28 pages of The Funhouse. And I feel like I was thinking while I was listening to it, I'm like, these people are going to think that they're going to like read a book all about demon babies. That's not what it is. But at the beginning, there is this demonic baby. I'm like, people are going to be like, wait, where are the demon babies? There was, there is like a thing kind of baby. He's like really deformed and she thinks that he's evil. So she wants to kill him. But later on in the story, there's another girl that's pregnant to this, not from the mom, but she has a really religious mom. And so she's just telling her right now that she needs this money. She doesn't want to tell her what for, because she wants to get an abortion. And so that's what it's really all about. It's not just a bunch of demon babies flying around.
Unfortunately not.
Right.
I don't know why when you said that, I imagined like zero gravity, just like
babies?
demon babies like floating in space. Like that's where my mind is right now.
Now that would be a horror book.
Definitely.
I was like,
oh man, you put these two books together.
I did. And it was a moment.
Marcy, we're getting a request for apocalyptic/zombie novels from recent years.
Oh, the one most recent that I read was The Living Dead by George R. Romero, or what is his name? I just say like the Game of Thrones author? No, that's Martin.
George R. Martin.
Martin,
right?
Okay, no. So yeah, George Romero and Daniel Cross, he finished the book up for him, but that's the one that I can think of that came out recently, and I really enjoyed that one. I really, really enjoyed it. It's
What's
really
it called?
The Living Dead. It's that huge book. But that one was really, really good. And Oh, another one that's good is The Devoured and the Dead. I don't know if there's necessarily zombies, because if I do say that, it kind of like spoils it a little bit, but it's about cannibalistic people. So maybe you could check that one out. Maybe a little zombie-ish, but that one's a little short, and it is a splatter western. It's more of extreme horror, but that one's really good as well.
By Christopher Rufty.
Rufty, yeah.
I read my first extreme horror. I read Survivor. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what did you think? I haven't read that one yet.
And that's
I'm so
like
scared.
Intense, right?
Have you
Did
read
you
that
read
one,
it, Ashley?
I haven't read it. I just hear McKay talk about it all the time.
Yes, I know.
God. Okay, I read it because of McKay. Because I kid you not, McKay has told me to read that like 10 times. And I'm like, okay, I'll read it. And I was like, can I handle it? He's like, you're good. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's so hard to know how to like rate it because I thought it was so well done. And it really felt like a lot of it actually felt like a Criminal Minds episode, but like without the like funness of Criminal Minds, you know? But the scenes with the gore, like it just went there in this. I don't know if I should say, I probably should say it involves a baby, and like anything that involves a baby is just like kind of too far in my opinion. So I kind of wish I didn't read those specific scenes, but I don't know. I gave it 4 stars because it was like a really interesting concept, and I don't know, like I don't know how to fully talk about it without giving stuff away. So
yeah,
I don't know what to say.
He's been talking about that book forever. And I remember being on a live with him and him recommending the book. And I kid you not, I went online, I ordered it, and I was ready, right? I'm like, okay, whenever I get that book, 5 minutes after the live was over, I went and I read the synopsis like directly, and I canceled my order, which was super weird because I read extreme horror all the time, but something about that synopsis, I canceled the order, but I want to read it so bad. Have either one of you, well, you just said that this is your first extreme horror, but Ashley, have you read Dead Inside?
No.
By Chandler
Is that the
Morrison?
one by Chandler Morrison?
Yes.
I haven't even heard of that.
I've heard bad things about it, so I haven't.
It's like insane, and I think that's the worst one that I've read so far. So I keep thinking about that. I'm like, maybe Survivor isn't that bad, but Dead Inside has babies in it as well, and I just could not, like, to me that book was like a no. So that's why I think I'm stalling on Survivor.
I could message you and like kind of give you some warning.
Okay.
Like if you want like a mild. I guess it was really weird because I was reading it at this point where my mom like went to the hospital like right after I started reading it. So it was just such a weird experience too, because like my life was really stressful too. And then I was like, why am I reading this like right now?
Right now, yeah, probably wasn't the right timing.
But in a weird way, it was a good escapism. Like I really needed to know. So it's like, what do you do with novels like that? It's like, how do you recommend them? I don't know.
Just based on the writing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I love Pretty Girls, and that deals with snuff films too. So, and I like after reading Pretty Girls was like, this is the most disturbing thing I've ever read. Well, now it is not. Let me just say,
I haven't read Pretty Girls. I have not read that yet.
No, the 6 Pretty Girls feel like a kid movie.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that far.
Like a G-rated, like, yeah.
Pretty Girls, I was like, ooh, every time I was getting to all of that, and I'm like, I don't know if I can handle anything worse than that. Or like, things have gotten worse since we last spoke. I feel like that's probably one of the most like extreme books I've read, which is probably not that extreme compared to some of those.
I read that book. I had got an arc of it, and I read it a couple weeks before it came out. So I'm like, okay, cool. When everybody starts, I remember being like, oh, wow, that was really good. I couldn't put my thoughts into words, so I never wrote a review. But every time somebody speaks about it now and they're like, oh, that scene, I'm like, wait, what scene? I can't remember anything about the book.
Yeah, it's really like a slow build, and then right at the end, it's just a lot.
I can't remember. I'm going to have to reread it. I have to reread it.
Is it body horror? Is that what it is?
I don't really know what to call it. It's
without giving it away.
It's just really gross, and like it made me shiver and
Ooh.
couldn't have interactions with meat after.
Oh, I have to
Reading it.
reread
Oh,
it. I can't remember.
no.
It was
My
like a
thing-
while.
See, this is the thing that people do where they'll be like, it's so nasty, it's so gross. And I'm like, I have to read it. So that's why I like have to watch how I talk about Survivor. Because I'm like, I don't want to just be like, this is the most disturbing thing you'll ever read. Because as soon as I heard that, I was like, I want to read it.
Yeah, but it was, right? Wasn't it the most
But it like
disturbing?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
And
did
I was
exactly
like-
what it said it was going to do.
Like the opening, like sets, you know what? I feel like the opening sets the tone. Even though it doesn't involve like a baby. It's like the opening, if after you read the first, like, I can't remember if it's like a prologue or what, but if you read that and you're like, holy shit, I feel like you should just stop. Like, just,
Okay.
no.
I'm gonna give
That
it
is
a
good
try.
to know.
Yeah, because I read it and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So
Yes, Kim, I do want you to tell me the gender of the concierge so that I can go on in peace with this book.
She's probably like, what is it?
I usually prefer to physically read my books, but with thrillers, I like audiobooks too. Yeah, so you don't read ahead and see the twist. I'm definitely the person who's like covering the page so I don't see the end of the chapter.
me too.
Hey, Denise. Finlay Donovan is killing it. I feel like I need to reread that book, honestly, because I didn't really like it like everyone else did. And I just feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I need to just read it again to enjoy
I felt
it.
like that before. I haven't read this one, and I fall under those people that were misled by the cover. That's why I've never read it. But now that everybody's like raving about it, I'm like, I need to read it because it sounds so
Same.
good.
Same. And the comparison to Dead to Me was like, oh, love that show.
I
Hey,
haven't
Gabby.
watched
Hi,
it.
Gabby.
This was probably about Survivor.
I could write a freaking novel about Survivor, about my experience. I survived it barely.
There you go.
Oh, we got another Paris apartment. A woman. Great. Thank you. That helps because I definitely was picturing them as this like old man and I was super off. I never thought a book could scar you for life until I read Pet by Isabella Starling. There's a branding scene, but it's a romance with an unconventional happily ever after.
A branding.
Probably going to be a no from me.
What like branding? Like,
I think so.
okay, wow.
I love that.
Like-
I knew what you meant. I knew.
Thoughts on What Should Be Wild by Julia Fine. I loved it, but then I saw on Goodreads that a lot of people hate it. Interested to know your thoughts if you've read it.
I've never read it.
What else did she write? I have a book by Julia Fine. I don't remember what it is. I think Kayla just read this in whatever her recent vlog was. Because I remember thinking that I knew that author, but I didn't know they had other books.
I read an arc recently. Have you all heard of My Dearest Darkest?
No.
It's so good. It's
Is
so
it?
good. It's like, let me show. I don't know if you all can see.
Oh yeah.
It's so
Oh.
good. I was so surprised actually because I don't know, like it's YA and I have a complicated relationship with YA, but it's like a dark academia, but which I love. I love it so much. But then it's like a sapphic romance, and usually I'm not a romance person, but I really like that part of it. And then also it's like this horror that involves like this mysterious, I don't know if I should say like a creature, but like a woman in the tunnels like under the school, and they like visit her and she grants them witches, or not witches, wishes. But then it
Sold.
turns out she's like sinister. It's so good. I feel like
Sold.
everybody should add it to
Yeah,
their-
that sounds
Check it out.
really good.
When does it come out?
let me see. I think it's in March. March 29th. But I just feel like you both would like it. I don't know.
I'm gonna check it out.
It was really good. I was really surprised.
Cool.
That kind of reminds me of The Dead in the Dark, only because it's sapphic also.
that.
It's like a YA horror sapphic.
Hmm.
There's like dark supernatural forces in the town. She has
Oh.
gay dads who are ghost hunters, and they have like a paranormal ghost hunting show. It's just a really like cute, but also
Wait, I think. Hold on. Let me look this up. Sorry.
I love the title, The Dead and the Dark.
the cover's
Yeah.
great too.
Really? I'm gonna check it out.
Wait, I talked about this. I do so many because I do monthly anticipated horror books and thriller books, and I talk about so many things that I obviously can't read them all. But yeah, this one looks really good. I actually recently thought about it. Just like I saw the cover again, and I want to read it. I'm glad you liked it. Now I'm gonna have to bump it up.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out the cover.
The Julia Fine book, I realize what it is. It's The Upstairs House is the book that I have read from Julia Fine. It's super weird. She's got a weird style. That whole book is about a woman with postpartum depression who thinks that the author of Goodnight Moon, the children's book, is living in this liminal space in her house. And it's super strange.
Whoa.
It's kind of like Mona Awad style weird writing. So you've got to be into that to like that.
Yeah,
I tried for books.
I tried Bunny and I DNF'd it, so I don't know how I'll feel about this one, but that does sound like really good. The Upstairs House.
It's just weird. I finished it and I was like, I don't know. I have no idea what I felt. Apparently I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, but
okay.
I do that all the time. I rate things. And
yeah, congrats on 6K. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And you're exactly 6K. I just looked. It was like, I love that.
Amazing.
I love seeing like exact numbers.
It ticked like this morning and I was like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
No, we are not talking about Survivor Song.
No,
these are different books.
Very different.
The author's name is J.F. Gonzalez. And even the book cover is like...
It's insane.
It's a lot. It's like almost to the point. Yeah.
The last live that I was at with McKay, I think it was like this week with Gabby Reads, we were doing reading sprints for her Patreon. And everybody was like, McKay, you should redo like the cover for Survivor for your booktube. And I'm like, can you imagine McKay sitting there like cutting his damn finger off to recreate a damn cover?
Oh, I've got to
like
look at
McKay,
this now.
like would do that though.
I know. And somebody
McKay
else
would
was
be
like,
I have to commit. I'm cutting off my finger.
They were like, don't worry. If you save it, you can go and get it reattached. I'm like, who does that?
Would not recommend.
I'm so sad. I missed those sprints too. I was at work and I saw it and I was like, damn it. Because I work at a coffee shop. So it's not like
it's probably really hard to be able to watch that.
Can you imagine like while I'm making orders? Like,
while
sorry,
you're making orders.
And
wait,
I was
I'm in the middle of a
reading
sprint.
I was watching those, and then McKay starts going on about the Mindfuck series.
Yes.
And like, imagine that being on in your coffee shop background.
Sorry, I'm listening to this very important thing.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
I'll be right
while
with
I'm making
you.
your mocha. Did you want soy milk or what?
Have you guys read The Patient by Jasper?
No, not yet.
I haven't read that one yet either. I hear it's amazing.
Am I even a reader? I keep saying, no, I haven't read that. No, I haven't read that.
No, it's good. It's scary.
Yeah, I've heard,
really
yeah.
The author's name for Survivor, what did you say it was?
Yeah, I'll write it. I'll go into the thing. Words.
Hello.
Don't know what I'm trying to say.
Stopping by. Yeah, this was a ring branding situation.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no, thank you.
Right?
No, ma'am.
I really want to order Beneath the Stairs by Jennifer Fawcett. I'm too cheap to buy it. Me too.
Same. I think my friend has an arc that she's just gonna toss my way because
nice.
I get that. I'm like, I want to own everything, but I'm a cheapo.
Same. I was looking at 9 Lives by Peter Swanson, his book coming out, and I don't know what's going on if it's like sold out on Amazon, but like the paperback was $40, and then the hardcover was like not Prime. So I'm like, is it even going to get here ever if it goes through a different seller? So I'm just going to have to hold on that.
Sorry, I'm joking.
Okay?
I swallowed wrong. Hold on.
That's the worst. She's like, this is why I don't do reading sprints during the day.
During the day.
Great. Well, we can, we'll hop on to another reading session.
Yeah, I was like, I got to recover. I swallowed my coffee wrong.
Oh, man.
All right. See everyone in 30. Hello, welcome back.
It's like coming out of like another world, you know? Like,
yeah, you get so absorbed in your book, and then it's like a loud timer or hello. I'm trying to get better at the calm entry back into it.
How do you like avoid the timer from going off at all? Because I was trying to do that last time, and it like kept still going off after a few seconds for me when I tried to reset it.
I don't know. I'm just pausing it and then
You're
adding
pausing
more
it?
time back. Mm-hmm.
I'll have to mess around with it. I was trying last sprint to like not scare people, and it still didn't work very well. But
there's got to be a way to like change the tone to be something else, but I have yet to figure that out.
Yeah, same.
Well, how did your reading go? I got to like 55-ish page of this. It's coming together a little bit. I'm starting to piece together who the characters are. I feel like the back, I was looking at the synopsis because I don't read the synopsis like right before I read the book. I read it when I hear about the book, and then I let myself forget what it's about before I read it. So I didn't even remember like what's the point of this book and what's happening. And the back does such a better job of like explaining who the characters are. Like it's like there's the socialite, the nice guy, the alcoholic, the girl on the verge, the concierge, and it doesn't really do that as much in the story. So I'm getting like, which one's the nice guy? Which one's the socialite? I don't know yet, but I'm able to follow the story at least.
Nice.
I didn't read a ton. I wish, I don't know. So I'm listening at 2 times the speed, but like the narrator is faster than normal. But I'm reading it fast because I need to get through it by Sunday. But I wish I could just like slow it down because there's so much to absorb in this book. But I don't know. I could slow it down. I'm just nervous about not finishing it in time. So
I think you'll have enough time because it's not a really long book and it's not hard to understand. So I think you should be fine if you slow it down a little bit.
I think I will.
Maybe like in the boring parts or like the parts that really don't add anything, maybe you could speed it up then and like do like a little mix.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try that.
I did another 23 pages, I think. And this is just, I don't know if you guys saw me, but I was like laughing and shaking my head because it is just crazy what this religious mom puts her damn children through. Oh my gosh. I can't even.
When was it published?
I think it's like an older book.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, it says, oh. I get confused when there's like a bunch of years written in here.
Yeah.
But I think it's 1994, maybe.
Okay. That's what I would
He's
guess.
written so much stuff for so long.
So much. And I can't believe I'm just starting to read him. I get it and I don't get it. I don't know. You can tell that it's a dated book with some of the things that are said, you know, and but it's still good.
Hey, thanks for joining. Hope you're enjoying work. Yeah, it was $40 US for the 9 Lives hardback when I checked earlier.
That's so weird.
The people like your bell chime. Maybe I'll let it go
I
off.
traumatize everyone. It's like lasting trauma. Everyone just remembers it.
Nice. 60 pages into the arrangement. How are you liking it? Have you read that one, Marcy?
Not yet. I've heard so much about it. I think there's 2 arrangements, right? Like,
yeah, there's the Robin Harding, and then there's the Kirsten Magdalene, which I think.
Which is the one that everybody talks about?
The Kirsten Magdalene.
Okay. I need to read it. Yeah.
And it's so short. You can read it so fast.
Jackie always raves about it. I'm like, man, I have to read it.
Have you read a lot of other of her stuff, Sab?
I've read The Reunion. And I've read Just Married. I really want to read like all her stuff, but she literally has like 20 something books and she just started publishing in like 2017. It's crazy. It's amazing though. I'm like, I messaged her. I was like, you are amazing. How do you do that? And she's self-published. She's written some romance books. Like she's just on it. And I don't know how. I know some people criticize her writing, like it's really simple, it's really this, like just like the writing itself, the style, but I don't mind that. It can get me
Yeah,
out
it's
of a slump.
entertaining.
Like I'm just here for the drama, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me the drama. I don't know. I love it.
I am reading The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley.
The Funhouse by Dean Koontz. And
Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. For some reason, I always want to say S.J. Barnes, but it's S.A. So, sorry.
Is that a special cover, or is that what the cover is like?
It's the arc.
Oh, okay.
But I'm reading it late.
Say that's a lot of text.
Yeah. I have a bad habit of reading arcs late.
After yeah, same.
I never read arcs.
Oops.
I used to do the whole NetGalley thing and I could never get around to them, so I stopped requesting. The Emissary audiobook. 5 pages left of Every Guarded Doorway.
You're going to finish that.
Son popped a wheelie with his fire truck and landed on his pirate ship.
Oh, cute.
Aww.
Love that.
What a riveting time.
Right?
I think I'll pick up the arrangement next. I have it sitting here next to me. Yeah, you'll be able to get through that one really quick, too. It's just a fun time.
Everybody talks about the arrangement. I actually like the reunion by her better, but I don't think that would be everybody's, like, one that they like better. But
What is that one about?
It's this high school reunion at this hotel where the main character had like the worst night of her life happen at, but it's very much like she's basically like an author, a well-known author, and she can't tell like who are her actual fans, who like hates her, who wants revenge. And I loved it. It's a lot of like high school flashbacks, which some people don't like. I actually liked it. I don't know, just the whole reunion trope for me is just like my favorite. That and like isolated settings. I just love so much.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
We'll probably do at least one more sprint today. Liking it so far. I started because of Ashley's recommendation, but I don't remember the synopsis. I don't remember what you're reading.
Book? Yeah.
Oh, The Arrangement. Yeah. Well, I read that because of Sav, so.
Aw.
Coming from the true source here.
I raved and I was like, you all have to read this.
Yeah, it's good so far. I was very excited for it too. How is Dead Silence? Is it really like the Titanic meets The Shining?
I'm not getting the Shining vibes yet.
Me neither. I didn't get it at all.
I feel
they do that
like
all the time. The Shining gets pulled into everything, and nothing ever feels like The Shining.
That and Get Out. Every freaking book is compared to Get Out, and I'm like, y'all, like no. But yeah, it definitely is Titanic vibes, which I really like, and it's like a sci-fi Titanic with a little bit of horror splashed in so far. But Marcy's finished it, so.
Yeah, I didn't get The Shining either. I'm not a huge The Shining person, like fan. I don't know. I didn't like that one too much. So, and I loved Dead Silence. So I don't see the sameness in it. So, but Titanic, yeah, I definitely see Titanic. Like Sav said, like sci-fi Titanic vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Only 60 pages left of Bunny. Can't wait to see how it ends. Have fun. The ending's wild. The whole book's wild.
I still need to try that book.
It is definitely unique in its
Yeah.
writing style.
It was a big
I feel
I had
like
to
for
like,
me.
I flew through it. I had to read it all in like one day just to, I was just like, we're going in, we're experiencing this weird thing. I don't know what's happening. That's what kept me reading it, was trying to figure out what was happening in the book.
I either love it or hate it when that's the case in a book.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I have a review on my channel. I did my first movie review.
I haven't watched it
Yay.
yet. That's why I haven't watched your video. But
Same.
once I watch the movie, I'll watch your
you're
video.
good. I feel like everyone hates it, and I'm over here like, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, Mandy from Mandy's Morgue of Horror, or Mandy's Morgue, something. She loved it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that's like technically not great, right? It's not like a great movie. The character development is like, nah, like no. But and the gore is all digital. So I like practical effects. It's digital, but it's so fun. Like it's just like you want to watch people get chopped up with a chainsaw, like I do.
Yeah, like what part of it is, even in the original movie? I mean, I love the originals, but like what part of that is not cheesy? You know what I mean? It's gonna be cheesy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I feel about all slashers in general. I either love or hate them, but you can't go in expecting it to be like a grade A, the best film you've ever seen in your life. It's just like, everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
You're just in for the ride.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it for what it is.
I watched the remake, the 2003, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I liked it a lot. I know people either like love it or hate it, but
I tend to enjoy all of them. That's why I'm like, when I do watch it, I know I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna be one of those.
I can't wait to hear like what you think. You'll have to let me know.
I will.
Did you guys watch those the Texas Chainsaw? Me? Yeah, I've seen them. I took a horror film class in school, so we watched like all the classics back then. It was like the best time of my life. I would literally go for like 6 hours a week and just watch horror movies in school. It was the best time.
Wow, that is so amazing.
I'm jealous.
Me too.
It had nothing to do with my degree. Like, I don't think it contributed anything towards my education, but I was like, I'm doing that. That sounds fun.
That's awesome.
Did you watch all of them? Or I know there's so many.
We didn't watch all of them in that class. I honestly don't know if I've seen all of them, but I've seen the original.
I haven't seen all of them. The original, to me, what I was saying in my review was this one has that rewatchability factor where I like want to go rewatch it, whereas the original is so traumatizing. It's almost like it's so good. It's so good that it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm watching actual people die. So, yeah.
Exactly. Gotta love a good campy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys watched the Fear Street movies when they came out on Netflix. Those are so campy.
I don't watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies, and the time that I do have to do that, I'd rather be like listening to an audiobook. So I've like fallen behind so many shows and movies. I think I started, which one's the Midnight Mass one? I started it, watched 2 episodes, and I never picked it back up. Like I never watched it again. I need to do better.
I really like that one, but it is really slow.
Yeah.
So if you're not like naturally watching a lot of shows, it would be hard to get into that one. But really good by the end.
Have you seen Servant, either of you?
Yes. And I live in Philly, and that's filmed in Philly. So I love it.
It's so good.
And they're like, they've got posters everywhere right now because the new season just came out, and they push it so hard here because they're like, it was literally filmed on this street. Yeah. I love that show.
Good. And my husband and I binged like the whole season up to where it is.
Me too. I did that like at Christmas time. I just caught up.
Yeah. And so now we're like, I think there's when does it come out? When did the new episode? Is it Friday?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't started the new season at all yet.
Oh, okay. So we binged every episode in the 3rd season last Sunday, and now we're like, shoot. Do you know what it's about, Marcy?
I've seen the trailers, but I It was some time ago, so I don't even remember.
I think you'd like it. And
I
it's
think so
short.
too. Huh?
The episodes are like 30 minutes. So I feel like
Oh.
you could watch it easily.
I'm gonna have
And
to. I
it's
just have
really
to.
engaging. The first season is so good that you just like can't turn away from it. I watched it all of the episodes, all the seasons in like a week over Christmas break.
Wow. I just have to make a decision to just sit there and like, well, first of all, waking up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not going to get anything done, but I just have to like mindfully like sit there and say, okay, I'm going to like just watch something. It's just hard for me to sit still and like, I always have to be like doing something. I don't know.
Well, if you get time, that's the one I would recommend.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to watch next.
I don't think someone could not like it. I don't know.
Really?
I don't think so either.
Season, the second, it's not as good. I still was super interested. The third, though, is like better than the second, in my opinion.
Really?
Agreed. I felt the same way. Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
Yay. Sorry,
All right,
so
we're ready to do one more sprint. No, this is great. I love it. I was telling Marcy too, like I've only done reading sprints by myself until this past week when I did it with Hannah. And it's so much nicer to have people to talk to and not feel like it's all on you to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, let me pull up our ambience. Okay, welcome. How did everyone's final reading sprint go?
Really, really well. I sped it up to 2x speed because it was just going a little too slow. And I was able to get 40 pages in. So I'm like by 195. So I have like this much left to finish.
Nice.
That makes me excited.
I got to page 130. I don't remember where I started. I feel like I read about 15, 20 pages. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick that one up. I was just so nervous because it's sci-fi, and I feel like the only sci-fi things, I don't know if you'd even call it sci-fi. I think of the Book of Accidents, that's sci-fi, and I liked that. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I feel like I think of that sci-fi because there's like ships and mermaids, and that I DNF'd. I liked it, but I just didn't finish it. But if it's really good, I'm gonna have to pick it up. But
I think it's very beginner friendly. I think it is.
That's good. Yeah, that's what I need is just like light touches of sci-fi.
Yeah.
But I got 80 pages into the Paris apartment, so this was a good way to start into the book. But it's gotten much better. I feel like I'm starting to get intrigued in it now. I understand who people are. The whole story too. I don't think I ever said what this is about, but this girl is going to Paris to visit her brother and like live with him in his apartment. And then when she gets there, he's not there. And so she's asking all the residents in the building, like, have you seen my brother? Do you know where my brother is? And everyone seems a little weird about him. Like it seems like people have grudges against him or they're not telling her the truth. And she's just learning more about the residents in the building in general. And it's starting to get more intriguing. Because in the beginning, I was like, what's the intrigue here if he's just missing? There's not like an action event really kicking off the book. She's just getting there, but a little bit of a slow start and then it gets good.
Nice. Are you, compared to the guest list at this point we were in the guest list, which one are you liking better?
This one I feel like doesn't have as much atmosphere as the guest list did, and I really like atmosphere. So that pulled me into the guest list really quickly. And a lot of the characters in the guest list are unlikable, and I really like that. So that pulled me in too. So this one doesn't have like the personal appeal of things I really like as much in it, but I think it could end up being just as good as the guest list with where I'm at right now.
Awesome.
It's good that she's doing something different because the hunting party felt so similar, except I loved the guest list like 100 times more than the hunting party. So, but I know what you mean.
Feels
I like
very different. Yeah, this feels super different because I remember hearing that too. I didn't read The Hunting Party, but I never picked it up because people said it was like the same thing. But yeah, this one's definitely like Parisian, and there's like spooky building vibes and a lot of pastries. And now I really want a pastry.
Oh, yum. See, I can't read books like that because, you know, the lover of food in me just would want to eat all the food.
It's like a good cafe book, I feel like, you know. It's so good.
Great. Yeah, it's so good. Just finished These Silent Woods today. I'm reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I love that one. That one's still my favorite in the series.
Is there something coming up? Because I see a lot of people reading the series. Is there like a new book or?
Yeah, I'm not caught up in the series. I'm still on book 4, I think is my next one. But the newest one either just came out or is just getting ready to come out.
Oh, okay. I've only read the first one. I own like, I think 4 of them, but I've only read the first one. And I kind of feel like I wanted to wait for all of them to be out so that I can like binge because they're so short, you know? But I really liked the first one. That was years ago.
She said there might be like 15 of them or something. Oh. She's just going to keep writing them forever. So it'll be a while.
Maybe I should like restart one and continue on.
You'll just be reading it forever if you are waiting forever if you wait.
Yeah, thank God they're short though, you know, they're not huge books.
Yeah, and it's good because they're all just like in the same universe, but you don't have to remember things about the last book to enjoy the next one. So I'm terrible about that too. I like to wait till series are done, but this one I feel like I can pick them up and just enjoy them. And that was going to be our last sprint for the day, to answer your question, Chessie, as well. 20 pages down. Nice. Page 117 of 1,000 Boy Kisses, and it's so sad. It was crying through the whole sprint. Oh, no. Okay, glad you got some good reading done. Joined with 20 minutes left and started a Forest of a Tree short horror story on tour.
Oh.
Haven't heard of that.
I love foresty settings.
Me too.
I'm gonna have to look this one up right now.
I'm planning I've had like reading vlogs planned and like themed reading vlogs for like a year already, and that's one of them is to do like forest horror. Oh.
Yeah.
Loving the Paris vibes. Yeah, I keep thinking too, I am sad that I don't know any French when I'm reading this book. It's not like there's anything that you can't understand, but I read books sometimes with like a little bit of Spanish in the books, and I understand enough of Spanish because I took like 6 years of it in school to be able to pick up on that. But French, I know nothing of. So with these just like little things thrown in there, I'm like, what does this word mean?
I know a little French, so that makes me
you might
that.
Find it nice. Yeah.
That's a little bit in there. Yeah.
5 pages of All of Us Villains and listen to more of The Emissary. Nice. Quick question. I feel like this is the perfect group to ask. I just finished the Mindfuck series and absolutely loved it. Any revenge story thriller recommendations?
They Never Learn.
That's the first one that came to my mind too.
I'm literally obsessed with that book. It has my heart forever.
I need to read that one.
It's just the best, simply.
The other one that I thought of is Razorblade Tears. That's entirely spurred by revenge. I didn't love it, but it's action-y, all about revenge.
Isn't Sadie kind of revenge too?
Yeah, I haven't read that one, but I think so.
Great on audiobook. Super good.
And there's one other I was thinking of, but I cannot remember.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like when I get asked something, I draw such a blank. And I know I was just thinking about this like 2 days ago because I remember saying, oh, it's a revenge kind of book. But now for the life of me, I can't remember what book that was. So I suck at this. So I'm sorry.
I get that. Like sometimes I can't think. Is The Kind Worth Killing is kind of a revenge. It is a revenge book, I think. Yeah, that one's super good. Love that one.
I was trying to think of the like good for her genre. And there's another book that I always think of when I think of good for her books, but I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I'll message you later, Hannah, if I think of it. 50 pages left of The Elementals and highly recommend it. I looked into it after I saw it coming up in sprints like last week or so. Pretty like 3-star-ish. So I don't know. I'm going to probably check it out anyway if it's a classic. But.
It's very, very atmospheric. So I think you would love it in that sense. And there are a couple of very creepy, like chills kind of scene. But yeah, I think you would enjoy it.
I'm adding so many like books in my tabs right now.
That's what happens every time I'm like in sprints. I'm like, I have a list going on right here.
Yeah, that's why
I need more books to read. Clearly,
right?
Sav, have you read the Mindfuck series? I liked it way
No,
more
but
than They Never Learn. Have you heard of this?
I've briefly heard. Do you think I'd like it?
I haven't read it yet, but I was going to pick it up. The first book's really short. I think they're all really short. The cover is going to be extremely alarming to you, and you're going to say, why is this book being recommended to me? But apparently it's not that erotic, and it's about like a... Oh my God! Yeah, it's intense. But it's about a woman...
That was epic.
Like a serial killer and an FBI agent in a relationship.
I want to read it, especially since McKay is like, you guys need, I need to read it.
I'm going to add this. It's on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How
I know,
am I
it's like, I want to add it, but right. How am I going to like throw up the image of that book
I
Throw it up. Throw it up. That's not your
I used
fault.
to be, I don't know. I used to be more worried because I teach. So I was like, what if my parents, not my parents, but like parents find my thing? But I was like, come on, I'm an adult. Like, I'm not talking to your child about.
There's another cover. So if you guys look at the paperback cover, you can throw that one up with no problem because it's just like, I think like an apple with some soul. You guys should be fine.
Perfect.
We love an apple moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's like my new thing to say. I say that about people at my job are like, Savannah, stop. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Intense, brutal scenes. Double check the trigger warnings. Yeah, I saw Hannah's review for it on Goodreads the other day, and it was like, trigger warnings, violent, this thing. Like, I don't even want to say this on my channel with all these trigger warnings.
I just added it. I'm ready.
Same,
I
Deja.
read it
Same.
before it blew up. Oh yeah, I've never heard of it until.
I think I heard it from Bree with in Between Love and Words, I believe is her YouTube channel, but she spoke about it some time ago. And I think, Deja, is that who you heard it from? Because I wish I would have read it sooner too.
I get that. It's like before the hype, and you're like, I liked it before the hype. It's like such a fun thing to say. It's like a little flex. So you're like, I feel like that's about Kirsten Bogdan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think of you when I see anyone talk about her books now. I'm like, Sav discovered her.
I was like, fine. It's cool.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining today with the daily or in the middle of the day sprints. And thank you so much.
You're like, boom, boom, boom every day.
Imagine, I would die. But thank you to Marcy and Sav for joining me too. I added their channels in the description down below, so you guys should go check out their channels and subscribe to them if you aren't already. Is there anything else you guys want to plug? Do you have live shows coming up of your own?
Just thank you for having me on. It was so fun. And it was like my first time with the both of you. So I loved it so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Me too. Also, Sunday, I'll be discussing this on my channel at 7 p.m. CST. Awesome. I know it's kind of short notice, but it's a pretty fast read. I mean, the audiobook, if you speed it up, it's manageable. So it's like 5 hours.
Put it on 2 times. Just fly through it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day and see you all out in the internet world somewhere else soon.